What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 53 of Buckets of Duckets. This is a podcast where every week I, your host, Chase Myers in Seattle, Washington, talk to comedian and my best friend down in Louisiana, the one, Zoe Watts.
Good evening, shitheads. It's your boy, the Dean of Physical Education at Hogwarts, Lord SWOLEDAMORT. My legend's not as famous because there was no boy who lived. Joey. This is episode 53. That's 23 more than 30. That is a Jordan plus a... I don't know anybody with the number 30. 30 is a shitty number. 53...
As King Griffey's number.
That's a King Griffey and a Michael Jordan added together. This week, you're going to learn how to get in touch with your feminine side and also how to express your own anal gland. Stay tuned. After the message, smash that like button.
Man, who's teaching that?
All right, hey, you got to stop.
Do you have that prepared? I don't have that prepared. I don't know about that. What's up, everybody? Make sure you subscribe, rate, review on iTunes. Not iTunes, on Apple Podcasts. I'm over here sounding like Morgan Wright talking about iTunes. Yeah, make sure all of our Apple Podcast listeners subscribe. We didn't get a review last week, but I'm not going to completely call you shit duckets or shit buckets because we actually went up a lot in our streams last week. So I'm gonna take that as a win. We had a lot. We got a little hot, and so I'm gonna give that to you. I'm still watching you though. I'm still watching you, shit buckets. So make sure we get a review this week from our Apple Podcast listeners, guys that listen on other platforms. We appreciate you too. We just don't have a way of seeing it, so that's why we focus on them. YouTube people, what's up? Subscribe, comment, rate, review. All right, man. I got something to tell you. You already mentioned them. I think. Be honest with me. Did you kill Joey?
Look, I'm not going to say...
You would tell me, right? you would tell me.
I would tell you. Nobody else but you. Why has Joey's not been on our
I don't think he watched last week's episode. I don't think... This is the first week he hasn't commented in months. The whole thing was about...
We dedicated a whole episode.
You put up his tombstone.
God damn, Joey!
You put up the tombstone of him in the thumbnail of the last episode, and I didn't hear anything from him this week, so I was just a little worried for his well-being. I didn't know if you had handled that or not. I didn't know if it went far enough, and you're like, "This is cute, but for real."
But I've had enough. Now it's time to go.
Yeah.
No, I haven't murdered the child that comments on our podcast YouTube yet. I will.
Okay. I had to ask.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he is in mourning. Because if you're not familiar, the last time we talked, I was just like, "Hey, Joey, do you remember this? These are 30-pound dumbbells, Joey, that I just fucking got right here." And his dad saw that and just had a stroke and died on the toilet like Elvis. And so he's in mourning.
I think he cut his internet off. I think he was like, "Don't mess with these people, son. What are you doing? This is not."
I told you about coming around here messing with these people.
These two people not to be trifled with. They will take your beach cruiser. Do not mess with these nice people. These fine people. Here we got a nice hat. I see that hat.
My wife's work schedule has been fucked, so I'm just having to spend time with my own children, and it's the worst shit that's ever happened. Henry has a hat that he wants everybody in the show to see, and he just keeps wondering.
It's a nice hat.
It's a nice hat. I had it on earlier, but I had to take it off because...
Oh, that's not for you.
Yeah, it's definitely not my hat anymore. No, dude. No. Now he's trying to climb on my lap. He wants to show y'all Hulk. Nah, bro.
Yeah, he's trying to be the center of attention. Those of y'all listening, Josh's son is making a cameo right now.
Oh, yeah, if you're listening, my son is trying to get his ass up on the screen. He's trying to get in the spotlight. Tell him you ain't ready. You ain't ready for all this.
I'm telling you, son, you're not ready.
Shit. Hey, Lord SWOLEDAMORT.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I was so excited to say it to you, and then we were just about to start recording, I was like, "Oh, I don't know if Chase watches or read Harry Potter, and if he didn't, this is going to be real embarrassing."
Oh, see, the thing about Harry Potter is it's one of those things that you can't get away from, even if you didn't watch or didn't read the books. Like, like I know there's schools, I know there's like a muggle something involved.
But you
I
can't just
know,
say
yeah,
that's
there's.
not our word to say. Just so you know that's not our word to say. You can't just...
Okay, well, maybe I didn't know. Maybe, maybe I thought I understood, but I guess you're right. I should not speak on things I'm not privy to.
During Hurricane Katrina, I had just gotten out of the military and moved back home, and I was living with my first wife in her parents' double wide, and it was one of the lowest points. I prayed that the hurricane would take me. I went outside and climbed up on the roof and just prayed that it would take me.
Please, Lord, smite me.
Get me!
Just doing your Lieutenant Dan out on a ship. Just it's me and you, God.
But during that
mano
time,
mano.
During that time,
Showdown of the Titans. Here we go. My bad. I couldn't stop. They just kept coming.
During that time, I would read that. I would take the Harry Potter books and go hide in the bathroom and read them just to get away from my family.
Your
They
life?
were my family at the time. So yeah, my life, just to hide away from my life. I would go hide in the bathroom of my wife's family's double wide and read Harry Potter books at 25-year-old man. Do you remember people used to wait outside of stores like the night before a Harry Potter book came out? Like people would get stabbed for the book.
I remember going to. I know you did. But I remember going to a Walmart just late at night and not knowing that the Harry Potter books was coming out the next day, and there being just like a crazy line. I was like, "What?" And then I was with my old best friend Joe. We were hanging out.
Oh, buddy! Joe ain't reading Harry Potter these days. He's burning them right now. I promise you.
Back then, he loved it. He likes to deny his life, but back then he loved it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, dude, I'm coming back actually getting this line." And it's it's Walmart in Denham Springs, Louisiana, and I was like, "Who?" I'm like, "Who reads?" I didn't even know anybody read in this city. Like, what are we talking about? Like, we got hell to we got Bell Hay tomorrow. What are we doing? We ain't got time to fucking read.
What I gotta read about a fucking wizard for? Huh? I got a cousin to get up in. Zoe graduated pre-K. Zoe graduated pre-K
Insane.
last week, or this week. It was Tuesday of this week, and the ceremony was like, "You have to be quiet, okay? You have to be quiet, okay? You can't come in here with us.
Can they still see my hat?
Okay." So she graduated last week, or Tuesday, and the class...
Yeah.
I'm going to have to cut all that out. The class... so she graduated, and the class did like a whole big... Like, they all had songs, and they had like little hand movements that they did. I don't know why I did like the Fortnite thing. I was like, they were all just out there doing this. And
they're just Fortnite.
It was better. It was better than any open mic comedy show I've ever been to in my life.
I'm sure. I'm sure of it. I'm sure there's more talent there. There were hungry performers. There are people that respected the audience. Oh, no, I know. There had to have been.
More highbrow sense of humor, honestly.
Oddly enough, it made me think. I came away and learned something.
I definitely learned a lot. I looked inside and learned a lot about myself. I did.
My life.
I did learn that I don't give a fuck if you're about anybody else trying to videotape or record their kid on stage if they're in the way of mine. I don't give two shits, son. I was drop kick. I stunned a dude.
Of course.
I put a dude in a stunner. He was standing on my shoulder taking a picture, and the flash went off and messed up my camera. I just grabbed his neck and just BOW! And it was over. But I did crawled from like the 5th floor in this auditorium. I crawled all the way down to the very front of the stage.
You crawled?
Well, like duck down low, so I'm not in it because everybody's recording it. So I'm not trying to block other people. But then they had reserved seats, and I just sat right in front of them. And I was trying to get, video or whatever. And I noticed that Zoe, she didn't see me. And she was looking around for us because everybody's waving at their parents. And I'm like, God damn it. So I just Zoe!
It's like whenever there's like the high school graduation or any graduation, they're like, okay, we're gonna go through these names. No, we're gonna applaud at the end. Don't applaud for each name because we'll be here all night. And they're like, okay, and then the first person's like, Adam Adams, and they're like, yeah, Adam, fuck yeah, Adam, you my fucking boy. We made it, baby. We made it, yeah. Like screaming at him and stuff.
I did that. But she saw when she finally saw me after I screamed at her. She just started going, hey. And she's doing like this from the stage at me. If you're not looking.
Like the hang loose?
It's the hang loose, but we do it because of the 1989 Hulk Hogan classic, No Holds Barred. The benchmark for modern cinema, in my humble opinion, one of the greatest films ever put onto celluloid. So his name is Rip, and he does this, and it's Rip 'em Up, and that's what she was doing, and I could not have been more proud. But they had to sing and do these like little dance moves and stuff, and she was singing, not doing the dance moves, man. She was not having it. Every once in a while, I would see the teacher bump her.
Really?
And oh yeah, dude. I'd see the teacher bump her, and then she go, and like do these little rudimentary hand moves, but you could tell
she just like lazily go through it.
Not into it. She was definitely into singing. Zoe, do you want to come say hey real quick? You can get it out of the way.
Hi, Uncle Shay.
What's up, Zoe?
All right.
Hey, Zoe. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. He said congratulations.
Yeah, tell her I said good job.
Good job. He said good job on graduating.
Thanks, Uncle Shay.
Okay. Now you gotta go over there. We're doing our show.
Of course.
Okay? When we're done, I'll let you talk to him, okay?
Okay.
All right. Can y'all be quiet?
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Goddamn kids, bro. Jesus.
Wrap it up, people. Keep it wrapped. Just wrap it up. You don't have to deal with this. So she graduated, and dude, I have never been more proud. I couldn't get enough pictures. I couldn't get enough video. I was screaming when they called her name. I was screaming, and I flexed down the front. And when I did, we got a picture of her. They would hand diploma, and she would walk out and then stand like in the center of the stage to get a picture taken. And she walked out and did it, and I flexed at her, and then she just, boom. And I was like, yes. So I got a picture of her holding her diploma, flexing. Those little assholes that just came in here and were trying to be helpful and be quiet and leave, but they left 2 cell phones on playing videos right next to my head. Unfucking believable.
I believe it. That seems about right. No, that's pretty crazy, man. How did you handle it, like emotionally, like her already graduating something? Like, was that a lot for you?
No, the graduating part wasn't really because it's just pre-K. So I didn't think of it as a big deal, but watching her on stage with all the other kids in her cap and gown and singing the songs and stuff, I was fighting tears the entire time because I was not about to cry in there. Because you might not believe this, but I was the only dad in the southern Louisiana town that came in a sleeveless shirt with a mohawk. So people noticed, and I can't be crying in there.
Hey, man.
It was hard.
Break through those stereotypes, bro. Sometimes muscled meat castles cry, all right? Sometimes they feel their feelings. How about that?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I was just trying to talk tough. I definitely cried. When she walked out on the stage and started singing, I kind of lost it.
Of course.
Yeah.
What did they sing? What type of song did they sing? Was it like original or was it like fucking?
Man, I don't know what it was. It was terrible.
Who knows? Yeah.
It was like it was like each class did 2 songs, and it was like too long. Like they were all like 4-minute songs.
Nah.
And it's like
30 seconds and out.
Yeah, dude, it was too long. It was but it was really cute. But you could even see the kids are getting bored. But like the mayor came on stage and gave a speech beforehand, and I was like, I don't want to diminish what she did, but it's pre-K. Like, doesn't the mayor have some real shit he could be doing? Like, what are you doing here?
Nah, man. So 4-year-olds are venturing out into the workforce, so he's got to go out there.
Got to make sure they all sign up for their unions.
Yes, these kids, they were toddlers when they came here. They are men now as they walk out. These are Even the lady babies, they're men now, and they're ready to go out and make themselves somebody.
Oh fuck, that's funny.
That's wild.
But I was really proud of her. Until
yeah,
now,
you should be, man. That's pretty dope.
Until now, she will shut the fuck up.
Until she ruined it.
I'm gonna have to edit this whole thing out. It's just too much talking. I'm trying to put out the aura or like the pretense of like, oh, Josh is a good, patient, loving dad. But if this is like the 5th or 6th time I pause the podcast to go scream at my children over the microphone, people are gonna start thinking that maybe I'm not as sensitive and sweet a dad as I pretend to be.
You gotta hide that, man. You gotta hide that. Only show the wins, dude. Don't show any losses. Fuck all that.
Fuck.
Josh is the greatest dad of all time. Just cut that out, and then just cut like the ending of you just holding both babies and just kissing them. just.
They're both crying and holding.
Oh, what? I'm sorry.
Thumped.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
fuck.
Smile.
Oh. I don't want to.
So.
I think, are we lagging? Because we're answering. Is there a lag?
Maybe just now there was. I didn't have a problem before.
I think we're getting fucked again.
We always are. Well, you were about to say, I was about to change the subject.
I
so
was
if you're
too,
gonna
so go
stay
ahead.
on it. Go
ahead. No, I was about to change
okay.
too. Zoe graduated. She's smarter than everybody else's kid. Hey, if you're listening to this podcast and you have a child, I don't want to say that because I really like some of those. Grant, I don't mean this about your baby, but everybody else's baby, Zoe's better than yours by 100%. Grant, your daughter is wonderful. And my Zoe watches the video y'all send all the time. I'm going to talk shit to a bunch of children that listen to our podcast, but one of them was really sweet and sent Zoe a birthday video on her birthday, and I don't want to do that to them. Got to be respectful.
Okay, so you're not gonna put up a tombstone of that kid on our thumbnail next week?
I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying I won't.
No.
Look, don't try to back me into a corner, okay?
How dare you? How dare you virtue signal me, you son of a bitch?
All right. Yeah, I mean, I didn't stop it. I could have said, "Don't do that," and you sent it to me before, and I was like, "Ship it. It ships."
Do it.
So I've had problems with my Wi-Fi has been trying to fuck me. Because as you know, we just persevere through so much just trials and tribulations, bro. We just be tribulating over here and just fighting through it all the time. Just everything we go through. So last week, or a couple days ago when we tried to record, my internet was just is being slow, and we just couldn't do it. And yeah, but the other problem was we was gonna try to do it yesterday, but I've got such a good weekend, man. Listen to the weekend I have. I'll talk about yesterday first, but I got I've been playing basketball. Oh, you are kind of frozen now. Yeah, I think you're frozen now. Right whenever I start talking about the Wi-Fi, I could fucking hear.
Yeah, you just froze up.
Yeah, I was about to.
There you are.
Yeah, you were just. Okay, cool. It just popped up and said my stuff was unstable. You were staring at me for a long time, and I was like, "Damn, dude. Okay, like, yeah." Like, I'll tell the story.
Yours always freezes at the weirdest time where you're like, it's like, "What are you doing?" Or like you're right in the middle of a breath in, or like turning your head, and it freezes where you're like, all right,
just all geeked up. So I'm having a good weekend. I'll start at that. So got a lot of stuff planned. I played basketball already this morning. I went and played basketball. Did some yoga. I'm going to meet Travis Elkins to play golf right when we get done recording this. Yeah, Travis flew back up here because he wants to get his ass kicked one more time before he moves again for real. And so he's like, dude, this guy he's been calling me, just not. So he's been in Atlanta, making movies. He does the lighting on all your favorite movies.
On all of them.
And, it's all of them. It's him. And, like for real, Stranger Things, that's him. And so, he's been calling me, and I'm not always a great friend. I don't always answer. And, it doesn't stop him. Because then he'll just leave me a voicemail, which I haven't received many of those in the last 20 years. and his voicemails would be like, "Hey, bro, I just wanted to let you know I shot an 82 today, and I didn't cheat at all. I counted all my shots, so I'm just saying I'm coming for you. All right." And then, like, he's been leaving me that voicemail for like the last month now.
It's funny that you said
updates on
his shit talk is even nice. Like Travis Elkins is the nicest person on the face of the planet. So that's funny that even his shit talking is like, "I'm doing really good, buddy. I hope you're well."
Oh yeah, he's not like, "I'm gonna fucking crush you, dude. You have no idea." He's like, "Hey, bud, hope the family's doing well. So look, I'm really improving the stroke over here, and boy, I can't wait to get out there. I think I got you. I think I can beat you now." And that's what he's been sending me. So I know he's like geared up to come at me, and I haven't played in months, and so I just really want to crush his spirit and beat him because I know I know he's just had my picture on the wall and just like a calendar he's been marking off every day for whenever he comes back to Seattle. He's gonna fucking beat me, and I won't let him do it. I woke up. I trained this morning. That's why I went and played basketball and did yoga. Was because I just smashing eggs, dude. I'm just smashing eggs. I wanted to be loose and ready to go. I'm getting up there an hour earlier and hitting on the range, just because. And I'm gonna try to let him not see me on the range. I'm gonna go back to my car and get out and just be like, "Yeah, oh no, dude, I haven't even touched the club. I don't even know. Like I'm doing all the mind tricks, bro." I'm gonna cough during his backstroke. I can't fucking wait. Oh, I'm gonna be so good. Tiger Woods used to do this thing. It's funny. There's all these like, this is gonna sound small, like it's not really, like you can't imagine how this would get in somebody's head. But the way golf is, it's such like a gentleman's game that this was actually seen as like a problem. So during Tiger's like domination, whenever he was dominating, there was like a real aura around him, and people would literally be like, if they had a lead on him, and then he like say they were in first place, he was in 10th place, right? And then suddenly you start seeing now he's in 7th, now he's in 4th. The first place guy would start crumbling. It would happen every time. Tiger wouldn't have to like do any more. Everybody else would come down to him because they were just all so scared of him. And he used to do this thing where whenever people would hit off the tee or whenever they would putt, he would just kind of like stand a little too close. Like he would just kind of be a little too in their eyesight so that while they were shooting, they would see his greatness. And they would have to like mentally be like, "All right, I'm going to make this shot. Oh shit, is that Tiger Woods? Tiger Woods is staring at me right now." Or whenever they were going to hit off the tee, he would take out the wrong club and just be holding the wrong club. So that way, whenever the dude would go up to the tee box to swing, he would look at Tiger and go, "Oh fuck, well he's got a wood. Maybe I should grab a wood instead of a driver," and it would do that. And man, I don't know how much of that you heard.
I heard every bit I had. I'm sorry.
Good. Okay,
I just had to step on the other side of the lights. I'm sorry. The kids don't understand. They think come back when we're done means 30 seconds later I'm going to walk right back in here and try to get on.
Yeah. That's
a little itty bitty fucking thing, but it's really funny to know that they were watching him that closely.
Yeah. And he would like it would be like intimidating to them for him to be like in their eyesight, and you'd look up and it's the greatest golfer of all time. And that like he knew it. And so like my favorite thing was him pulling out the wrong club. That would be my favorite. He'd just be holding the wrong club.
That's funny.
And so people would be like, yeah, and so people were like, "Well, I guess that's the club I need to use." And it would make them doubt just enough to
I thought it's funny. So I watched American Idol. I watched the first season because to this day, I would give up my family and my wife right now if Kelly Clarkson called and said she needed me to be her pool boy. I would leave immediately.
Right.
All of it. The show, everything. Just in the dust forever. I made sure when I got my kids' heartbeats tattooed on my arms that it could be reconfigured to say Mr. Clarkson. So, in cursive. It'll just be in cursive. But then I stopped watching it because it's the worst thing that's ever been made. So I stopped watching it. But Steven Tyler from Aerosmith became a judge for one season. And I was like, oh, I have to watch this because how the fuck do you audition for a show where you sing in front of one of the greatest singers in the history of music? Like, that's insane. It turns out in 2010 or whenever it was, not one fucking person knew who Steven Tyler was.
Yeah, nobody gave a fuck.
So if I would audition, like, I don't know who they're flipping out because it's like Alicia Keys right there or Katy Perry, but they don't fucking Steven Tyler's right there. Like, I don't.
Like,
are you somebody's
whose grandma is that? Yeah. Like, my grandma has that blouse. That's. I mean, it's nice. It's a nice
I saw
blouse.
Aerosmith live. Fucking great show. But they looked like when the on the Pirates of the Caribbean movie when they step out into the moonlight and they're just skeletons. That's what the whole band looked like.
Amazing.
I texted
Amazing.
I texted one of my friends, was like, I'm at seeing Aerosmith right now, and they were like, I think my mom's there. And I was like, I think a lot of people's moms are here.
Yeah. All the mom. It's a mom conference. They
People
all
were like
come
reaching
together.
up, grabbing them, and I'm like, they're old men. You can't topple them over like that. Don't grab his lady bell bottoms. He will fall into the crowd and die. So I've been watching.
They
I've
will
talked
break a
about
hip.
the show.
That will happen.
Oh, and they'll be dead immediately. If one of Aerosmith fell off the stage and broke their hip, the world as we know it, it would come to an end. Can you imagine?
I didn't realize how important
Can
they
you
were. I
imagine
didn't
the rage in the street? You broke Aerosmith's hip, you motherfuckers!
All their hip. You,
And you're like,
you
which
broke
one
their
of them?
unified
You
hip.
know which one it was. It was the hip.
Aerosmith.
You know. Your hate's full of heart. Your heart's full of hate. Yeah. I got so
My hate
angry
has
I
heart.
couldn't even say
That's
it
the
right.
thing about my hate. Thing about my hate is it's good spirited,
That's good.
but it's still hateful.
So I've been watching that show 60 Days In. I've talked.
Yeah, we talked about
I
it.
can't get enough of it. And season 5 has been the best season yet because it starts off like they're changing everything up this season, and there's like all of the contestants that are going into jail know each other. Where before they didn't, to keep it like to risk trying to keep it a secret. Not everybody knew who else was in the program. But this season, everybody knew, except they sent this one guy in undercover as the lone wolf. I'm doing air quotes so much during all of this. And this guy's name was Steve.
No, you don't mean anything you're
Not
actually
a fucking
saying.
word of it. It's genuine. None of this is said sincerely and not sarcastically at all. So they send this lone wolf into the program.
Okay. So he's got a bunch of friends. He's not in the program. I got you.
So this guy is he's a 30-year private eye, and he makes it sound like he's fucking like he is Jack Ryan or like some super secret squirrel agent. It's crazy. But I have been around veterans and people that claim to be veterans enough that you can almost always spot when they're just making shit up out of the top of their heads. And this guy was definitely just making shit up.
When you can spot when a veteran is, or when a regular person's trying to sound.
When a regular person's trying to sound like.
What do you mean?
Like
I got you. Okay.
Like when some people will greatly over exaggerate. If you don't, I'm trying to think of a good example for this. Like I was a military police officer, so if you come to me and tell me some shit that you did in the military as a military police officer, I'm pretty much going to know right away that it is not, that's not where didn't happen. Or like people claim to be Marines, and you're like, oh, where'd you go to boot camp? And they say somewhere where there isn't a boot camp. You're like, oh, okay. Like stuff like that. Or like, oh yeah, they used us. Yeah. The CIA took 2 volunteers from my army unit, and we went into Tajikistan and murdered a prince for the CIA. And it's like, well, probably not.
Yeah, and I just love talking about it. It's my favorite thing to talk about.
That's why they hired me, because they knew I would talk about it so much. They said they wanted that.
And I did that secret mission for the CIA.
So they bring this
They're
guy
like your
Steve.
kids. They're like, don't talk about this until in the 30 seconds later.
So you don't want me to talk about the secret missions I did for you? So they send Steve in, and his mission is to find drugs. He goes in, falls asleep, and then overhears a conversation, like his first night in. He overhears that some people spray LSD onto letters and mask it with perfume or something. And he was like, okay. And then he started giving the emergency signal to get out of the pod. out of the jail. Like you can give a signal and they'll come get you immediately,
Yeah.
but try to keep you undercover. And they didn't come and get him, or they came to get him, and he didn't. Anyway, he was being a big old whiny bitch about it, and he didn't like the way it was going. So he called him, was like, if you don't come get me out right now, I'm going to stand on this table, and I'm going to tell everybody what the fuck is going on. It's going to get real ugly. And then he hung up, and then they just came in and threw him out.
For you.
They just threw him out.
It's going to get real ugly for you.
That was what, yeah, okay. I wanted to get into that with you, Chase. The mindset behind, if you don't get me out of this square room that I'm locked in with 60 other people, I will tell them all that I'm working undercover for you. And they're going to be so pissed off at you. Do you know what they're going to do? Oh, to me? Wait, I'll still be locked inside with them? Oh, all of them? Ah, fuck. Oh,
yeah.
You sure?
Real short-sighted there, bud.
It never went through. And then they just fucking threw him out. The sheriff, usually after they quit, like if somebody wants out earlier quits, the sheriff meets with them to talk to him and see what happened. And everybody was like, fuck this guy. And threw him out. And then at the end of every season, they do a reunion show. I never watch the reunion shows because I don't want to watch two people pretend to argue on stage normally. But I did want to see what they had to say to Steve. And everybody, like, they just roasted him. When they brought him out, everybody was like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, you told me my mission was to find out if drugs were coming in the prison. They were. I was done. I wanted out. And the sheriff...
like, well, we know they are. Everyone knows they are. You could have said that before you ever went in. They're here. They're definitely here. Like, do a little investigation, bro.
The sheriff was like, we know they're in there.
Maybe touch a drug. Yeah.
And then, like, all the other contestants just started making fun of him until he left. And then one of the other sheriffs was like, I think you're full of shit. He's like, I don't think you did any of the stuff you claimed. I think you're full of shit. Anyway, it's a beautiful show. You should watch it. I approach every single day of my life now as if I am in prison. And so far, it's worked out great for me. You'll notice see that right there? You know what that means? If you don't know, I can't tell you. I have a cut underneath my eye in the shape of a teardrop. And it's blue.
They just cut it in there.
They carved it in. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it means.
They just took a knife.
It means that I make the best meatloaf in prison, motherfuckers. How about that?
That's right, baby.
Suck a dick, Chef
Watts up in this motherfucker. All right, I was about to talk about this earlier, and then our shit fucked up, and then I started talking about what I was doing today. But yesterday, we were gonna record. Internet started fucking us, and we could have recorded maybe later in the day. But here's the thing. I wanted. How do I talk about this? I'm gonna back it up even more. Monday, when I went into work, I work with a bunch of Mexican women, and a lot of times they'll bring different dishes and everything. They brought.
You was shitting.
They brought. I can't.
We couldn't record because you was shitting. That's what you didn't want to say?
Damn it, John, let me say it. I wanted to say it. I didn't. Take the one part. I was trying to build this big surprise, and then of course it's.
I was 100%.
Of course it's I shit myself. Of course I shit myself, Josh.
God damn it. I just threw that out because I was like, there's no way he's telling that. That's the... Oh, man, I'm sorry.
No. No, I didn't really shit myself.
Oh, no, dude, it's too late.
I just went for the joke.
It's too late. No. It's too late.
Okay, fine. We all know somebody shits themselves every week on this goddamn podcast. And sometimes it's the last person you expect, okay? I expect it to be me.
I've had shit in my pants this whole time.
This whole time. Joke's on you. I got a dirty booty right now.
Oh, my. All right. Sorry.
So they brought some dish. I don't remember the name of it. I'm culturally insensitive, right? And so I ate it, and I was like, oh, man, this tastes a lot like gumbo. And then nobody knew what the fuck I was talking about. Nobody, even people from America that I work with, they didn't know. They were like, oh, because it's just nobody makes it out here. And so then I was like, you know what? I'm going to fucking make gumbo. And I didn't realize how much my family, specifically my stepdad, has been just waiting on this day. For the day for the day his boy calls back home. He goes, you know what? It's time. It's time to make a gumbo, because he fucking sprung into action so quick. Like I could,
yeah.
I sent him the text. I sent the text to my mom. I said, "Mom, I think I want to make a gumbo." And then next thing I know, my email is full with recipes from my stepdad. I didn't even call him. I called my mom. He starts emailing me recipes.
Hell yeah.
Hits me up immediately. He's like, "We gotta make a roux. We gotta make a roux." And that is the biggest, like that is the test of all tests, is we gotta make this roux, baby. Like that's what it is. Like everybody, like people from all walks of my life start. Carolyn Picard hit me up. Was like, "I heard you trying to make a roux." Yeah, Cajun Queen. I think I'm gonna give it a shot. I would like to bring the Pacific Northwest some Southern food. And
I want to bring joy to their hearts.
That's what I wanted to do, and he was like, and they were like, "Well, you got to make that roux right. If you fuck up that roux, it's all done. It's all like that." They just put so much pressure on me about making this roux, and so my stepdad's like, "I'm gonna FaceTime you, and we're gonna make a roux together. That's what we're gonna do." And he was like, and so I had that all planned out yesterday. We were gonna record, and so I was like, "No, I gotta do this. I'm becoming a Cajun man finally. I gotta be able to make these dishes." And yeah, dude. And so I made a fucking roux last night, and I'm FaceTiming with my stepdad. Dude, it was so funny listening to how fired up he got. Like I was like stirring, and he was just like, "That's a good color. God damn, that's a good color. God, boy, God damn, man, that's a good good job, Chase. Good job, boy. Fuck, look at that color." Like he just kept.
You feel more supported than you have in your entire life.
And my whole life. He's not like, this is the most interaction that we've ever really had like that. When we were just, I was like, "Man, Darren is really on my side. I might stop calling him Darren." Like I've been calling like since I've known this man has raised me since I was 5 years old. I'm like, "Darren," like since a kid. I was like, "You're not my dad."
Oh god damn it! That's funny.
I don't care if I do live with you every fucking day. You're not my dad. And yeah, bro, I was fucking in there. I'm throwing possums in there. I threw a gator foot in that thing, boy. I got it going, Sherry. I fucking took me fucking 7 hours to make that gumbo, boy, but it fucking popped.
Oh shit,
dude! But for real, it was really fucking good. Like I really, like I was really proud of
Did
myself.
You take
Like
it to,
I fucking.
You took it to work, or I guess so.
I haven't. So I made it yesterday. I might. So my plan was, at first I was like, I'm gonna make it, bring it on Friday. But then I was like, well, this is like truly the first one I've ever made. What if it sucks? And I don't want to bring the first. So I was like, let me do this one, and then I'll maybe make another one and bring it some other day or whatever. And but yeah, this one actually kicked ass.
Just
so if I still have some
blood.
left by Monday,
It's in your fucking blood.
Yeah, that's why I kept saying. I was like, it's definitely in there. My fucking they're Seminoles. That's their name, like Seminole. Like that's what they are. Yeah. And like even Darren, he's Didier, and he spells it. There's not an A in his name. His name is Didier. And so, like, like they're Cajun as fuck.
Yeah, Seminole probably doesn't have an O in it.
No, it doesn't. It does not have an O in it. And so,
wrap your mind around that.
There's no way it doesn't. My stepdad has this. He's been planning this in my mind. I didn't realize. So 2 years ago, they came out to Seattle to visit me. That's the only time they came out. And me and Travis used to run a couple shows around town, and they came with me to those shows. And we went and did a show in Bellingham, which is like northern Washington, and it's kind of near. It's only 10 minutes from Canada, like it's near the border. And me and Travis used to do a monthly show there. And they came out, and they fucking loved that city. They thought it was so cool. And Darren started then telling me, like, "Man, you know what you should do is you should make like a jambalaya or gumbo or something. Sell pots. You should sell a plate at
lunch.
The shows. You should do
sell
that.
Plate dinner.
Yeah, that was his. Yeah, do a whole plate dinner at the thing, and he was all he said it. Then he said it a bunch of times. Every time he asked me, he's always asking me about Bellingham.
It's not a terrible idea.
Like, it's not a terrible idea. And then last night, the second that roux was made, and he saw that it was good, he was like, "I'm telling you what you need to do," and he went right back into selling me on it. He's like, your brother just made a jambalaya, and he figured it out. He third time he got it, boy, and now he's cutting grass and selling plates. And all kind of stuff. Like, he's fucking Louisiana hero, this kid.
Oh shit.
Too funny. So yeah, man. So I have a recipe to make a shrimp etouffee. They don't got crawfish out here. I don't know where I'm gonna get crawfish from. So I'll probably just do a shrimp one.
I'll mail you some.
But
I'll put some in an envelope and just mail it to you.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
I really could
make sure it's sealed.
We
so
have
they
an
stay
awesome
fresh.
crawfish place, like right here. I really could send you crawfish. I guess we don't need to talk about that on the show. I don't need to know about our
why
fucking
not?
business. The people that listen to this
About
podcast about our
A
lives.
fucking crawfish black market. You don't know
need
shit about
it.
that. You don't know shit. I got crawdads in my pocket right now, partner. Yeah, but yeah, I don't really cook a lot, so I'm kind of into cooking now, especially now that actually went well. So I don't know, I might be.
I'm so fucking tired of cooking right now and trying to figure out how to make healthy food taste good. Guess what? Spoiler alert. You can't. You just can't.
Just can't.
We've had our garden is coming in. We got purple bell peppers, green onions, jalapenos, jalapenos, banana peppers. Hey, we got a lot of shit.
Jalapenos.
Yeah, dude.
I don't even know. I don't even think I know about them.
Nah, they keep them shits real secret. That's only for the elite.
That's only for the garden.
It's like a
That's only for people with gardens.
It's a jalapeno that's just not hot. It tastes like a jalapeno, but it's not spicy. They're awesome for cooking, and it'll give it like a.
I thought that was a bell pepper.
Oh no, dude. Do you don't eat a lot of bell pepper?
No, I do. I'm just saying.
I
I would have thought a not spicy jalapeno would have been a bell pepper.
No, dude, this tastes just like a jalapeno, but when you're done, it doesn't. I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't burn. I don't know.
Not spicy.
When I was a kid in elementary school, my mom would send me to school with a bag full of bell peppers with peanut butter on them, like slices of bell pepper with peanut butter on them. And the kids in the school made fun of me to the point that I would eat them. I'm still not going to stop eating them, so I would go eat them in the bathroom before lunch so the kids at lunch didn't see me eating them to make fun of me for it.
Dude, that's wild. I always just had to eat the fucking the fucking slop that they fed us at the school. Like that was, dude, I never ever packed a lunch.
My entire high school and junior high life, every day I would just beg people or bum $1 because it was only $1.05 when I was in school to eat. But my mom, like my parents didn't want to pay that. They made a lunch for me every day. And in elementary, that was cool because I had
$5 a week is way too much.
But they're not paying $5 a week for me to fuck around, I guess. So I got to bring my lunchbox, and man, it's just not the same in high school. So every day I would just bum you got a nickel, you got 10 cents, I was that dude, and then I'd get $1.05, and then I was like, you know what, I could just beat up people that are smaller than me, and then I would just have
there you go. Yeah, think smarter, not harder. There you go.
So I've been taking this new pre-workout, and I've got some issues with it.
Right.
Do you know Mike Cernovich? Do you know what I'm talking about? Super crazy right-wing guy, like the Pizzagate, like all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Just it's like
I'm familiar with his work. I didn't realize that was him, but I'm familiar with his work.
He is one of like the top crazy ones, but he's also a fitness guy, or he was. Anyway.
Huh.
So he used to sell these like rip-off pills that were called Gorilla Mode or Gorilla Mind or something. So I've been working on editing, and I've been making a video making fun of right-wing people. I've been trying to work on that, and I've been finding clips, and I've been building this together, and I found... So I just bought a pre-workout called Gorilla Mode, and I don't think it's the same, but I'm worried that it's the same because I saw this guy like in 2015 had a company called Gorilla. I think it was Gorilla Mind, but I don't know. And now because this is the best pre-workout I've ever taken. So do I find out if he's behind it and then stop taking it, or I just pretend I didn't see the connection? So while I'm debating all that, I run out of Bang energy in the mornings, and I drink Bang when I wake up the iced tea bang when I wake up, like to get me wake up instead of coffee. Because I can't, my reflux, I can't drink coffee like that. But I ran out, so I started drinking like a scoop of pre-workout when I wake up to get up and get Zoe to school and stuff. And shockingly, I started having some severe road rage issues. Like just absolutely insane anger, road rage issues to where like I would look at the back and Zoe is holding both of her middle fingers up going, I love doing this. What does this even mean? And I was like,
I learned this from you, Dad. What is this?
oh man. And I was like, where did you see that? She goes, you just did it to that lady over there. And I was like, oh, because I forget that this little human back here is just paying attention to everything I do. And like,
I love that she's like, this feels amazing. What is it about this? I just feel so powerful.
She felt it in her heart. And so she's holding her middle finger. And I've just been having like, I mean, crazy road rage to where like I have swerved out of lanes that are just insane. And I'm like, what is happening? I've always had semi road rage, but never like, this is like, I'm insane. And then I found out, oh,
yeah,
I'm drinking this super strong pre-workout and then getting in the car to go to the gym and it's kicking in between there. So instead of like normally where the THC is flowing through my blood, this is just like a super, and I'm just clenched. So one day I got up and I was a tired, normal, weak human like the rest of you and didn't drink any of that. And turns out I didn't try to fight every single person that is also driving on the road. It's a lot easier to tell your brain they're also probably going somewhere. I had a guy follow me home though. Follow me all the way through the neighborhood.
Yeah, you text me this. I was almost mad you text me.
Oh man, Chase. So this guy, I had been behind this guy. He was doing 30 in a 55 going down the road, and I couldn't pass him. So I'm right on his ass because you're doing 25 under the speed limit or whatever it is. It's annoying me. Then he follows him he's going the same route I am for like 5 miles. And then he turns into my neighborhood and he starts like brake checking. And I got my 2 kids in the car, so I'm not going to sit here and deal with you slamming on your brakes in front of me. So I just went around him. And when I did, he like floored it. And I drive in my neighborhood and only in my neighborhood. I drive 15 to 20. Like I drive super slow because we don't have sidewalks. And I want the other shitheads that live in this neighborhood to be respectful of my children. And I don't expect them to be able to do that if I run their kids down. So I drive really slow in the neighborhood. And I saw this guy following me. And I thought, well, he lives here. So that he's just going to his house probably. And I pull up in my driveway and I get out of the car. And he slowly pulls up and stops in front of my house. And he rolled his window down. And he goes, hey. And I said, no, shut the fuck up and get off my fucking property. And he goes, no. And I said, no, shut your fucking mouth and drive off my fucking property or we're going to have a serious fucking problem. You understand? And he goes, well, I said, no, shut the fuck up. And I just standing in my driveway, yelling as loud as I can.
I love that. Oh, man.
And he goes, I said, I got 2 little kids in that fucking car. Get the fuck out of here. And every time, for like, he tried 2 or 3 more times. Yeah, no.
Dude, amazing.
He fucking rolled his window up and drove away.
This is not a place to talk. Don't bring that bullshit over here.
No, dude, not having
Dude, amazing. I love cutting off the bullshit before. That is amazing.
I wanted to rip my shirt off, run down the street, and try to fight. That was my first instinct, but both of my kids, who I have told you earlier, observe everything I do, were sitting right there in the car. But also, what are you going to say to me right now that you think matters? Well, you had to go around me? Well, I'm home before you, and you have time to come here to my house and talk shit to me, so clearly you didn't have anywhere you needed to be. And I knew I would just get more mad if he talked, so dude, I can tell you right now, I have taken my shirt off and charged people. I have thrown stuff at people. I have growled at people. I've barked at people. I have anything aggressive you can imagine I've probably done to someone. But I have
shot, dude. You give it a shot.
You got to try it all. You know what I mean? It's like the variety. I want to know what's going to happen.
You want to be a well-rounded like shit kicker. That's what it is. You want to be able to beat people up in many different ways.
But I can tell you, I have never seen anybody react. The most surprised reaction is when you rip your shirt off and charge at them. That's usually very shocking. But I'm going to be honest with you. If you don't let them get a single word out of their mouth, they will become very surprised. That dude was not expecting. He thought I was ready to go. And he just like, and then he looked over in the side of the car. I guess his wife was in. He looked there and then tried to think, he's not letting me say anything. I tried to say, fuck you. He won't let me talk.
I can't even do anything like that.
And
he won't let me insult him. He won't let me.
My neighbors were all coming outside because I am screaming at the top of my lungs as loud as I possibly can. And my neighbors
heard you yell at your dogs.
Are walking outside to see what's going on. And as they're walking out, I'm not shamed. And I said, this fuck tried to follow me home and yell at me for driving too fast. And all my neighbors are like, all right, whatever. Josh is just yelling at somebody and just went inside. But I guess
Goddamn Josh.
He looked like he had a glimmer of hope that he's like, well, he'll stop yelling at me because there's other people out here. Nah, dude. Nah. Fuck you.
That was the audience.
Fuck you.
Yeah. No, I yell louder now. You know what that reminds me of? There was like a video going around a while back. I think you were still on social media at the time. This is me taking a chance. You might not even know what the fuck I'm talking about. So there was like a video of like two people arguing about the Wizard of Oz. And and what I don't know, they're trying to talk about like one of the characters being the Wicked Witch of the East or something like that, and the other dude was like, nah, he's not a witch, and other dude basically pulls your move, and he's like, hold up, no, it just like starts fucking going, but they're talking about the fucking Wizard of Oz, and like storms away, and he was like, are you gonna tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, bro? Like, it's so fucking, it's one of those videos that every time that I see it come. Every time it comes across, I watch it. Like, every time.
He looks...
The Wicked Witch of the East, bro.
He's so genuinely mad.
Yeah. Grow up, bro.
Before we change the subject, I have one more road rage story for you. Oh,
please.
It's not as good. I should have led with this one and closed with yelling at the guy. For anybody, if somebody rolls your window down, my go-to move used to be to pretend I couldn't hear them. Like, people pull up to me at a red light, and I would have my window down with no music, and they would say something. I would go, I can't hear you. And then I just keep doing that until they're screaming as loud as I can, and I don't know what you're saying to me, and still talking at a normal volume. I love it to watch people rage. But now I think as soon as they roll the window down, I'm just going to start, no, shut the fuck up! No! It's so goddamn aggressive. Oh, I love it.
Not up in here.
Not up in here! So, one of the road that I get the road rage, I literally drive 2 miles out of my way when I take Zoe to school in the morning because of one road I hate everybody that lives and drives on that road in this town. There's a little subdivision over here that's a bunch of fucking yuppie shit fucks over here, and they pull out and then they want to drive 15 on the 55 to teach you a lesson because, fuck them. I drive all the way around to miss this road. Forgot to turn off early. I'm bringing Zoe home from school, and I turn, and there is a gray SUV in front of me that's going just way too fucking slow. And there are 2 turn lanes, and one merges real quick. So I know that. I got in it and floored it to go around this car real quick. And I mean, I flew around him and just took off. I'm doing 55, probably the speed limit. And all of a sudden, he turns lights on. And I notice it's a gray SUV with lights on top. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, wait a minute, those lights are red. And I slowed down a little bit, and it's a fireman.
Yeah.
And I laughed in his fucking face and drove away. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I slowed down, he pulled up beside me and was pointing to the side of the road. And I looked at his car and saw a fireman. I was like, what? And I literally just kept going. You can't pull, you're a fucking, what are you going to do? Write me a ticket? What the fuck are you talking about? Good God.
You can't even do that.
He was absolutely shocked that I didn't pull over. The face he made when I laughed and drove away was just incredulous. But if I pull over, what are you going to do? You're going to fight me in your cop car? You're going to arrest me?
Yeah, what happens
send
next?
Me to a fight?
Are you just going to lecture me?
All right, well, hold on now. What if he sets me on fire?
Yeah, what are you gonna? You just gonna pull over and be like, "Hey, man, it really wasn't very considerate what you did back there. It hurt my firefighting feelings. Like it really did. Like I just wish you'd do better. Just wish you'd do better."
The next time I go into a fire to save a child, I'm going to be too distracted to save that child because I'm going to be thinking, that dude just went right past me and merged in front of me in a lane that merges. I can't believe that. What an and then he didn't pull over when I use these lights that mean nothing.
I can't. What is?
Get the what?
Huh?
That made me laugh a lot though. I don't know now though. If I walk out of the house, there might be 18 firemen out there and they arrest me and take me to fire jail. I don't know.
Oh man, you don't want to go to fire jail.
I don't know how firemen arrests work, but apparently it's a thing.
They make you just got to keep falling down that pole over and over again. They make you fall down and climb back up for eternity. That's what it is. It's horrible. My friend got it. I hadn't talked to him in years.
Poor dude, man. Don't fuck with a fireman.
It's rough. There's some comedy drama going on out here.
Yes.
You want to hear about it? Of course you
Get
do.
into
I know
it.
you do. Let me feed you. This guy Alex Elkins. You might recognize that name because I opened for him in Wichita like a year ago. He during Trump's administration just decided, you know what? Changing everything about me, I'm going to lean into that. That's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be just annoying and right-wing and talk about freedom all the time and call everybody pussies. That's what I'm going to do. And so he chose that life, right? He wasn't always that guy, but during those 4 years, he saw dollar signs and decided that's what he wanted to be. And now he hasn't really backed off, but it's way too much, right? So he is not in the Seattle scene, but he's in the Pacific Northwest. He lives in Eugene, Oregon, right? And which is also, it's just weird. It's also just very weird to have those opinions when you live in this area,
right?
Like, because just everybody, more people are liberal out here than aren't, and like,
what's that like?
And that's the other thing that makes me laugh. Yeah, it was funny. Talking about when my parents came up here 2 years ago, they were seeing Bernie signs everywhere, and they didn't understand. They're like, "What?" And I was like Bernie Sanders. They're like, "Oh, okay." Like they had just not seen anybody with Bernie Sanders signs out in their yards, and and they're like, "Oh, so this is Bernie country?" Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah. It like really, they just, because it doesn't say Bernie, it just says Bernie. And they're like, Bernie? How? What is that? Like, they didn't know. They thought just some dude named Bernie was putting up signs everywhere.
That's really funny.
So it's so weird because, there's always that saying of when you talk politics, you split the crowd in half, or whatever. Yeah. But out here, if you talk politics specifically, if you're right-leaning or if you're crazy right-wing, kind of like what this dude's starting to become, you're not cutting your crowd in half. You're cutting, you're only taking 10% of the crowd, are people that agree with you. You know what I'm saying? It's not a huge market for you now.
Yeah. Why would you go that route there unless you're just not good?
I don't understand. I don't understand putting your whole persona behind a politician or a political worldview. That just doesn't make sense to me. Does anything else happen in your life? Or are you just always complaining that we should bring back styrofoam at McDonald's because it's making us pussies or whatever? Is that just always going to be? Is that just always going to be your thing? And,
my kid doesn't drink a plastic straw. He's going to grow up a big old sissy. All right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Who gives a shit about saving the turtles?
So he's like a headliner, and he does, he's a road dog type dude. I've opened for him a lot, actually. I mean, I'm gonna not anymore, but so what's happening is in his own city, in the own scene, all the comics have turned against
I just got so excited because I know I want comedy gossip. I hadn't been on Facebook, and you saying that you won't do a show for him means it's good, and I can't wait. I can't now. I'm in. If you're listening to this, and if Chase won't do a show with you, that he'll do a show with just about anybody and just not acknowledge you and steal your entire thunder. If he won't do a show with you, let's get to the what is it? Get to the tea.
No, you're a shitty person at that point. So people have been, the scene has turned on him. All the comics in that area, they don't fuck with him. And he's been setting up shows around town, and he's been doing these like I said, he's really like built into this whole right wing thing, and he's like, these are freedom barbecues or whatever the fuck, and having like a big party in somebody's yard where everybody just stands around without masks and talks about how everything's a hoax or whatever, and then he does his jokes, and then that's what he's going for, right? And so he had some gig that he was going to do at a theater or something, and apparently I didn't know this part of it as I started reading through the comments in the Seattle group about the booking. Apparently he's done shows at like Proud Boy rallies and stuff like that. Apparently he's done some shit. And so the venue that he was going to be performing at, people went out and with chalk on the sidewalk just started just writing like, you know, Black Lives Matter, Alex Elkins, you know, racist, he's a bigot and all this stuff, like just writing out all this, don't go to this show, the whole thing. He takes a picture of it, and this is the type of shit that he loves, because now, I'm getting canceled. I'm making these weak pussies. They can't handle my edgy comedy or whatever. The truth, they can't handle the truth, and a bunch of soy boys out here can't handle it, and so takes a picture of it, posts it on his Instagram and Facebook, and the caption he used, which I don't know if he was trying to be racist, because I have just heard this term, but he should have thought better of it. And he said, monkeys throwing shit. That's what he wrote. And of course, that doesn't go over well, because why would anybody give you the benefit of the doubt that you weren't being a racist fuck?
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't.
Right here.
As soon as you said that, I definitely wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No. I mean, I'm not either, but I'm just saying I don't know that phrase is actually necessarily racist. I've heard it just in different things, and but when he says it, it is. and so now people are screenshotting it. It's in like every group in the area, like all the Facebook groups of comedians. They're all fucking just going through it, and he's like made all of the stuff private, everybody's just lighting him up. Everybody's got their story about him being a shitty person or whatever. And he does kind of do this thing where he will try to like buddy up with you and stuff like that and try to act like everything's okay. And then, then he'll walk away and, say something racist.
That's the true sign of a weak coward. A spineless coward. If you got the balls to say it, say it. If you got the balls to say it to somebody's face. But he's too scared, so he waits till he can get on his phone and me. I've never seen this dude, but I will beat the shit out of him tomorrow if you want.
So this last part I can't confirm because I haven't seen it, but this is what I heard, and I like this as a nice bow on the story. Is so he canceled that show. He canceled the show that everybody was coming out. But he posted, and I am still friends with him on Facebook, so I guess I can go back and find it. But he posted that the police office, the police said he should cancel this show because it's not safe, right? And so he makes a post about that, and apparently the police department commented, "No, we didn't. we didn't tell you to cancel the show for safety reasons."
That's so great. Good.
Like I said, I didn't actually see that, but I don't know if that's true, but I like it so much, and it seems right that I'm gonna believe. I don't want it to not be true.
That's the bow in my heart on this story forever now. That's the bow in my heart.
Yep. Oh, it's so good. So good.
No, we didn't.
I opened for him in Wichita at the Looney Bin, not this past time that I was there, but the year before, whenever I went, right before COVID. And he was getting heckled. And bro, he handles heckling like almost like how Michael Richards handles it, but without like racial, like just loses his shit. It's shut the fuck up. What the fuck? All these people pay money to do this, but oh no, let's look at this dumb bitch because she feels like she needs to say something right now. He'll do that for 4 minutes, and then it's like, okay, now. So I was taking my daughter out to the park the other day, right? It's like, dude, no.
Do you remember one of the early shows when we started doing our shows together? Before we had a podcast, we started doing every show together, riding together, just doing everything together. And I reacted like that to a heckling a couple of times, or I would go. My point was, I tried to be satirical about it and be over the top, so much so. In the Comedians of Comedy, Zach Galifianakis loses his shit because he drops his folder, he drops his notebook.
Yeah.
And it's the funniest part of the whole documentary to me. And so every time I got heckled, I would try to do it like that. I would try to respond like that. And in the car one time, you told me that it was like if we were all sitting at a dinner table and dad hit mom and then you try to be funny, like, and then everybody tries to be funny right after. I think you said it better than that. But you're like, it makes it such an awkward, like, it's so, and then it's like, all right, now everybody laugh. Laugh!
So.
And the way you explained it was like,
so
all right.
here's something that's going to blow your mind about where that came from. That is not a Chase Myers original.
Uh-oh.
You're never going to believe the name that I'm about to throw out there for where I heard that from. That is a Dane Cook thing. Dane Cook said that. and it's
done.
true because in one
No
of it was all right, everybody, we'll see you next week.
That was the plot twist for Buckets of Duckets. Chase ripped off a Dane Cook joke 10 years ago. God damn.
Look, not a joke. We were in conversation, okay? I didn't go up on stage and say this. This was a conversation. I was trying, yeah. But no, he does on.
I like that you wanted to go with the bit of you stealing a joke.
No, that's serious, dude. You can't just be throwing that allegation out there. And so, but no, he did it. He said that in that album he put out, Retaliation or whatever it was, where it's like the two sides. It's like two different shows on it. On the second show, somebody is talking and he fucking spazzes out and tells him to shut up and that whole thing, and then it gets awkward, and then he goes, "It feels like daddy just hit mommy at the dinner table, doesn't it?" And like that was his line in there.
Look,
but yeah,
I still think
I remember telling you they are. That we don't have to prove anything to anybody. The shits was funny. And so you're not taking my comedy card from me, okay? Look, shit's funny. I know funny when I hear it. That was funny back then. So, I remember the other thing I was telling you was that, like, whenever you would do these satirical rants that you would go on, was that the problem with them was that nobody knows you. And so they couldn't assume that you were being satirical because they're like, I don't, maybe he means it. I don't know.
And
like,
I'm a comic from
they didn't know you enough.
Louisiana.
Yeah, they didn't know you enough to see like the contract. Like you didn't have enough time on stage for them to see like how you normally are versus this, because you just came out like that. Like that was how it was.
Turns out you don't need to satirically be right wing in Louisiana comedy. There's enough of them that are just out there for real.
Yeah,
real life.
All right, man. I got to go beat Travis at golf.
Hey, children, come here, Zoe.
Your kids sneaking up on you.
Come here, Zoe. Come here, Henry. Come here. Tell Uncle Che. Hey.
What?
Tell him hey.
Hey.
Now tell him what you say about bodybuilders.
Hey, Zoe.
Everybody want to be bodybuilder, but the bottom is heavy ass weights.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
All right, everybody.
All right, we're gonna.
We'll see y'all next week.
Hear you now?
I don't know, but I'm wrapping it up. So stop talking. Don't say anything else. I'm wrapping it up. Yeah, bucketsofduckets.com. Make sure y'all come back next week. We appreciate it. Apple Podcast listeners, you know the deal. 5-star review. 5-star review. Let us hear it. Let us hear it. Let us hear it. Guys, we'll see you next week. For Josh Watts and Chase Myers. Bye.